Hi, everyone, and welcome back to the Mama Genius Hub podcast. Now, if this is you, the morning starts off before you're ready. Dishes are packed up, the kids are already arguing, your phone's buzzing with yet another reminder you forgot to silence. You tell yourself, keep calm, but by afternoon, one small thing pushes you over the edge. You snap. The room goes quiet. Then guilt hits you before the words even finish leaving your mouth. Later that night, you wonder, lying awake in bed, why can't I just hold together? That's why Alice Tempo is here with her emotional reset course, drawing on decades of experience in the healthcare, recovery, and coaching. She helps moms learn how to pause, reset, and reconnect. Through prayer, emotional awareness, and practical tools, Alice shows that even in the chaos, you can choose peace over guilt and purpose over pain. If you've ever been waiting for a sign that you can't stop arguing and thriving, and it's time to start thriving, welcome to the Mama Genius Preneur podcast, where real stories spark real transformation for moms ready to bring their vision to life. I'm Michelle DeKaiser, a mom of three, entrepreneur, and your biggest cheerleader if you've ever felt pulled to create something bigger, whether it's a business, a book, or a movement, but also felt the weight of daily life slowing you down. You are not alone. In just 15 minutes, we'll dive into insights, strategies, and real stories for women like you. Let's bring your visions to life, starting now. Alice Temple, MSN, BSN, and RN, is a health and wholeness recovery coach, educator, and speaker with over 20 years of experience in supporting individuals, families, and communities through emotional overwhelm, mental health, and addiction. Born and raised in Zambia and now based in the US, she helps moms transform pain into purpose through prayer, self-care, and evidence-based tools. Alice specializes in guiding mothers parenting child facing addiction and teaches strategies to help reset emotionally, reconnect with purpose, and thrive in their life and their family. Welcome to the stage, Alice. I'm so excited that you are.
Thank you, Michelle. I'm so excited to be here. And each time that I'm with you, I just have this clarity in what I'm doing. So thank you even for sharing my bio. The biggest question that may pop up this morning is, why do you think moms snap so easily? Even when they really love their children, they love their families, and love what they do. Just to start with, I just want to say, first of all, these moms carry so much invisible loads. Think of a mom. Just think of what you do as a mother. They are caregivers, they are career women, and they have to take care of themselves, their marriage, and even faith. I'm so interested in women of faith because sometimes, as women of faith, we think we have it all together. But how do we carry all these loads without snapping?
Alice, tell us, what is your why behind going down this route of helping women figure out what makes them snap? Did you have a root story or something that came from you? Where did this all start for you?
Because at one time I thought I had it all together and yet I was failing, even with prayer, going to church all the time, being among women that are so grounded in the word, and yet I was failing in other roles. So I had to figure out, how can you mean so well and yet not well? So I figured out how you can still harmonize all these roles without letting one of them slide. But it takes work every day. It takes you being intentional, of being clear of what you have to do in the moment, what you have to do during maybe the day, and leaving those things that are not undone without feeling shame or without feeling guilt.
You just said the key words right there, because I love how when we start with the story, it's like you're in the moment as a mom and that emotion is rising before you even get the words out of your mouth, and all of a sudden the sentence finishes and you've already snapped so hard, and all of a sudden the next emotion just comes right back into you. It's that guilt and that shame that just hits you like right here. So I want to take us to that moment of when a mom is in that situation. What can we do?
The first thing you have to realize is when you don't take care of those emotions, There's this emotional buildup. And when you snap, it comes out as irritability. But in the moment, you just have to know that you are snapping not because snapping is a weakness, but because it's a call for help. It's a call to pause. Maybe just to pause and reflect on those things that are going well, or maybe call somebody, or just sit for a moment to reset before you do the next thing.
I love how you said that so much. And the word pause has such weight on it in a good way that, but as moms, as women, when we're through all the busyness of everything, it's hard to just say, I'm going to pause.
Yeah.
So when we actually, what is the actual like motion that when you say the word pause, what are some of the things that you recommend? So just so we can get the brain thinking of what a mom can do in that situation, what would you recommend the word pause to then, to then what comes next when we say the word pause?
So, as mothers, mostly we're just going busy, one thing after another. In this moment, we are thinking about next year, the following month. So sometimes pausing, maybe sit down in the morning, maybe just list 2, 3 things that you can work through for the day and concentrate on those. And even when you don't get to the third one, even the second one, put it on the next day's list without feeling guilt, knowing that what you have done in the moment is important.
I love that so much. Is really putting things into perspective. And we'll be right back in just a moment.
Are you a mompreneur who feels a fire to create something bigger, a business, a movement, a message, but you don't want to do it alone? That's why I've created the Mama Genius Hub, a space where your vision is nurtured, your voice is heard, and your dreams grow alongside a supportive community. Inside, you'll get bite-sized insights and strategies in 15-minute sessions. A community of like-minded moms who truly get it. Support to bring your vision to life without burnout. If ready to build your business and impact while true to yourself, join us today at connectingmamas.com. Your calling matters. Let's grow it together.
Has the hub provided any of that for you?
Yes, a lot. Actually, I'm talking about pausing. For me, when I get to the hub, it's part of accountability, because when I meet with these women in the hub, they are like my accountability partners. And also just to learn something new, to find resources, but more importantly, to pause and be with women of common interest, common purpose, and getting the resources that I need. Because when I'm feeling stuck, someone in the hub help me get to the next step.
Not like I've worked with you or anything, and like just the smile that comes afterwards with the clarity and stuff. But I do want to circle back to a mom who's in that situation and the clarity that she can get in that moment. And as I love this word pause. And I almost want to just say to a mom who's in that state is even just focusing on seeing that word in front of you when you're in that state, and just picturing yourself moving through the letters of the word, just to give yourself that 30 seconds. Because really, honestly, I feel like the key is the guilt and everything starts to come back in, but it really comes back to us being able to respond rather than react to what just happened.
You know what? I feel like I'm responsible even to take the time to be part of the hub, because sometimes you're so busy taking that time to be part of. So if I'm able to take time to be there, I feel like I'm responsible to put what I'm learning into action, because sometimes you can grab here and there. If you cannot put it into action, then it's like you're not learning anything.
No, but it's true though, because again, we're talking about the word pause and what can we do to put things into implementation, right? And really it comes down to, as women, we're about being, right? And yet we're so busy with the busyness and the doing that we forget about the being part. And I feel like as we've been talking about this, that word pause in there, and thinking about that beginning story of a mom who just snaps, right? So we're saying the first thing to do is pause. What are some other things that might fit into that? I want moms to really just picture an emotional toolbox of what they can have.
Yeah, so sometimes it's so funny that I keep this softball in my toolbox. Sometimes instead of, "Arr," I just pick this softball, fill it with my hands, and that softens my heart. That calms me down. And sometimes, like every day, I create these sticky notes, have Bible verses on them. When things are not going right, I reset by reading these sticky notes. So, emotional reset is very important for every mother. And it's not a weakness, it's actually wisdom because it softens your heart and your chaos from inside out.
I love that so much. I love how you put that, and just having that softball. And I'm actually picturing that right now. And so I want to invite moms to think about the things that soften your own heart. And it may be sticky notes, it may be a softball, but if those things aren't necessarily fitting for you, that's okay too. Just let that question sit with you to see what does come from it and add those into your emotional toolbox. It's really, again, coming back to the idea of what can I do to respond rather than react to whatever happening. I don't like the word goal, but I guess we're aiming for in that softness of motherhood. And I love how you're tying us back into the pause and community and being part of a community to really bring forth that pause. Is there anything else that you want to add?
Yeah, I just want to say it's not a weakness to reset. It's not a weakness to take even 30 seconds for yourself because a healthy mother is that's what our kids need. It's that healthy mother, a calm mother, but you have to be intentional to have these tools that will help you reset in the moment.
Tell everyone how they can get a hold of you, and then we're going to give some takeaways from today.
Yeah, you can get hold of me at Alice at momsthrives.com.
We do so much better when we thrive together. I'm going to put you backstage for just a moment for some takeaways and bring you back for your final takeaway. Wow. Let's just put the power in the word pause right now. Part of this we're talking about is takeaway number one is that we have that invisible load on us. We're caregivers. We got careers. We got families. We got the faith. We got all these things that just weigh down on us. But it really comes down to that first takeaway of being intentional and being clear on the things that you want to bring forth. So number one is just that clarity. Number two, then, is really looking at your emotions, right? Where that irritability and that snappiness comes from somewhere. It's not a weakness. I love how Alice puts it, a cry for help or a chance to just sit there and pause. I love how we focus on that word throughout this. It gives us that chance to then reflect on what was going well, what's not going well. And then that leads us to takeaway number three, which is about the pause, that we can sit down and list out 2 things in the morning for what we need to get done that day, or maybe a third. And if we don't get it done, it's okay. We add that to the next day. And then that takes us to number 4, when we're really talking about community, right? Finding a community that helps you to pause so that your cup is filling ahead of time, that the snaps don't necessarily always come as much when you're finding someone with common purpose and stuff. And so if that place is a hub for you, that works. But either way, finding somewhere where you can have pause, purpose, and accountability. And that leads us to the last one, number 5, is really creating your own emotional toolbox, somewhere to where you can reset and pause. Remembering that having these tools at your hand is not weakness, it's wisdom. Let us have your final takeaway.
My final takeaway is, next time you feel stuck, remember that life doesn't stop for anybody, not even for a mom. So your roles, your responsibilities, they don't stop. So choose how you want to live life. Find things that help you. Ask for help if you have to. Your family, your children especially, they are looking for a healthy mother. Be intentional. Choose what can help you in order to manage your life, manage your roles, and manage yourself. Thank you.
Mama, I hope you found something in these 15 minutes that sparked action towards your dreams. Remember, your purpose matters, your dreams are valid, and you are not alone. If today's conversation spoke to you, come join us at the Mama Genius Hub, where you'll find support, strategy, and sisterhood to turn your calling into real impact. Let's grow this together at connectingmamas.com. And before you go, don't forget to subscribe so you'll never miss an episode. If this resonates with you, share it with another mom here who needs to hear this. We'll see you next time.